Morning, goddesses. Welcome to month 1, week 1. Before we start, let's put a hand on our heart and a hand on our belly and take a deep breath together. Two more. And a third one in through the nose. And out. Just to arrive. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. I'm so looking forward to meeting you and doing this journey with you. So week 1, we are becoming aware of our daily health habits, and we're starting to introduce very, very small changes. We're also learning the difference between setting goals and setting sacred intentions. We're also going to start with 3 goddess practices. So the difference between sacred intentions and goals, as I explain at length in the book, is sacred intentions makes your body feel alive and say yes. You can feel your cells saying yes. A goal sometimes has the association or carries an energy of lack. Not always, but it could. And just to learn what the difference is this week, so that you can set more sacred intentions as the journey progresses. An example is, a goal could be, I want to lose weight. A sacred intention for that same goal could be, I want to feed my body with food that makes it feel vibrant and like a holy temple. And I want to move my body in a way that brings it joy and that feels like prayer. So if you can feel the difference between those two, the first one carries an energy of, my body weight is not correct, it's wrong, it's not good enough, I need to lose weight. Whereas the second one creates a feeling of moving forward and joy. There's no energy of lack. So this week, I would love for you to think of what your sacred intentions are for this journey, this 6-month journey, or if you're just doing the 2-month journey with the brand ambassadors, to think of what your intentions are with the 2 months. And then at the end of the week, to share that with your sisters. I remember when I did this journey with the pilot group, my intention was to reconnect to myself. I remember telling them that years before, I used to feel really in touch with myself, in touch with my higher self. I was in awe and wonder of the beauty around me. Every time I felt a breeze, I felt connected to everything. I looked up at the clouds and everything around me gave me joy. The trees gave me joy. Feeling the sand underneath my feet, I was very present. And I had synchronicities happen all the time, every day. I saw signs from the universe. I was sitting in meditation on a daily basis, looking forward to my meditation time. And somewhere along the way, during my having kids and going through the trauma of divorcing their father and trying to survive on this little island where I'm living, I lost that connection and I lost my practice and I lost that feeling of feeling alive and really enjoying this life. So I set the intention that I want to be able to look up at the clouds again and just marvel at how beautiful they are. You know, that kind of childlike awe for just the basic simple things in life. Whatever your sacred intentions are, don't overthink it, just feel it in your heart, feel it in your body, what makes your body say yes. And then write them down in your journal and share them with your sisterhood group at the end of the week when we all meet. We're going to look at our health habits as well this week, and our daily habits, and we're looking at what kind of movement we're doing, daily movement, and what we are eating or consuming. This is not a judgment kind of exercise. We're just becoming aware, and we are setting sacred intentions just for this week and sharing those intentions with our sisterhood circle, like an accountability group. Everybody starts this journey at a different part. So someone might be on the health journey already, and perhaps they could add more probiotics or prebiotics or smoothies, or you would probably know what some of your sacred intentions could be if you're already on a health journey. Some people have been trying on and off but haven't really spent a lot of time on their health, and you could ask your sisterhood circle for some inspiration. There's lots of examples in the book of things we want to look at. The idea is we want to add something into our nutrition, what we're consuming, and we want to let go of something. And very important, it has to be very small. So when I started this journey, I remember drinking 3 cups of coffee every day, and I reduced it to 2 cups of coffee in the first week and less sugar. Not completely stopping, no dramatic overhauls. The entire journey is based on the philosophy of small and consistent builds automation, so that it doesn't become something that you need to think about anymore, so that it becomes sustainable. After the journey is finished, you want to continue being connected and moving forward and being growth-minded. Any big dramatic overhauls, it feels like fun and exciting in the beginning, but to keep that momentum going becomes challenging in the long run. So very small and sustainable. With regards to movement, the idea is to do some form of movement every day. One of the goddesses who wants to be a brand ambassador told me before this journey, before I made this video, that she does swimming twice a week, and I think dancing another day and boxing another day. So she is already doing some form of movement every day. I reckon her journey will be to start becoming aware when she's pushing herself and where she can rest more, or perhaps changing it up a little bit to increase the joy and to feel more in tune with her goddess nature. We can always become more and more aware and more in tune with our goddess nature and divine nature. It is a lifelong process. We are always becoming, which is great to know, because that means we can make mistakes because we are human, and helps us not judge ourselves so much. So the idea is to just make sure we do 5 minutes of daily movement. It could be running or stretching, anything that you think it will be consistent, that you could be consistent at. Stretching, yoga stretching, maybe on a YouTube, or dancing, or walking, just going walking every day for 5 minutes. Something that you can commit to, that's not 2 or 3 times a week for half an hour or an hour, but daily for at least 5 minutes. If you decide, I can do it for 30 minutes every day, if you've not done anything, I would suggest make it smaller, because you can always, as this journey goes on, we're going to be setting new intentions continually, and you can always increase that time. So daily movement and letting go of something within our diets, something that we consume that we know we could maybe lessen a little bit, and adding something healthy into our diets. The 3 goddess practices we're going to be doing this week are, firstly, creating a sacred space or altar. This is you programming your subconscious by letting it know that your spiritual practice matters. You are creating space for your spiritual practice, physical space and mental space. The subconscious works on symbolism. It doesn't listen to sentences the way that our conscious minds do. Creating a sacred space, I explain it in detail in the book, how to do that and where you can do that. It's very simple, and it will evolve and change and grow as this journey progresses. Second practice for this week is to spend time in your sacred space in the morning and in the evening for 2 to 5 minutes. That's it. We don't want to make it overwhelming or to create a feeling of pressure or expectation that we feel we won't be able to commit to in the long run. Very small, something that you can definitely do every day. 2 minutes in the morning at some point and 2 minutes in the evening at some point. What we're going to do in that time is up to you. Some suggestions are perhaps thinking about 3 things you're grateful for, or journaling in that sacred space. Some things that you're grateful for, or perhaps thinking about asking the question of, what do I need to remember about who I really am? Or setting our sacred intention for the day, or in the evening reflecting on how our day went from a loving space. What are we grateful for? What were our wins, and how can we give ourselves love and kindness for the day and how it went? Or if you would like to just sit in your space and maybe just take a few deep breaths and just be with yourself for 2 minutes. It sounds simple, but it could actually be challenging for people who are not used to stopping, who are used to go, being productive and always thinking of the next thing on the to-do list. If you find yourself thinking about to-do lists and that this seems pointless while you are sitting there, that's okay. It's okay to have these thoughts. If you can commit to just sitting there for those 2 minutes and you're still having these thoughts, that's fine. That's absolutely normal, especially if you're not used to just being in your own space for yourself. A lot of busy mums or people who work hard or have a lot going on aren't used to taking out some time just for themselves. And this sacred space that you are creating is just for you and to help you remember that you are a goddess. We are not fixing ourselves, we're just remembering who and what we are. The third practice that we're going to do this week is spending some time in nature. If you are already spending time in nature, perhaps you can do this for a bit longer or change location. The idea is to spend at least 10 minutes this week with your bare feet on soil or grass or sand, somewhere where you're connected to earth. So if you're living in a block of flats or something, perhaps go to a local park or a space or somebody's garden. And to not be on your phone while you are in nature, not be on any devices and not be distracted by talking with somebody. If you are going with somebody, to let them know what your intentions are, that you want to just connect with nature for 10 minutes. It's part of your practice for the first week of this journey. What you could do is you could put your hand on your heart and on your belly and just take a few deep breaths and just feel through your feet that you are connected to Mother Earth. You could do a little visualization, like I put in the book, where you have roots growing out of your feet going into the earth, and you can imagine the roots going deep through all the soil levels and how dark and moisture and earthy, and the smell of earth, feeling yourself be anchored and held by the earth. You can add to that any negative feelings or energy going into the earth, and vital, beautiful healing energy coming up through your roots from the earth, from Mother Nature. You could do as little or as much as you like. The idea is just to spend 10 minutes grounding yourself. And this grounding practice will be used and built upon throughout the whole journey and is essential in doing the work that we will be doing. So these are the 3 practices to create a sacred space, to spend time in your sacred space in the morning and the evening for 2 minutes at least, and just 10 minutes in nature. These are the only practices we're doing. We're also thinking about what our sacred intentions are for this journey, why we are here, and we will be meeting each other in our WhatsApp groups and on FaceTime at the end of the week, introducing ourselves. We'll probably do some icebreaker and sharing our intentions for this journey with each other. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so looking forward to joining you and connecting with you on this journey.